Tell us a little bit more about your pair experience, Ken, because I didn't have
because
that.
we couldn't. Well, Jakub couldn't figure that out.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know that you need to put in some credit card details.
I can definitely get into that here in a second. I just want to cap this off by saying that, like, in a game that's this complex with meta systems, I would expect them to go so far as to push it, maybe in the next iteration of this game, down the path of like a 4x social loop.
This is a no-bullshit gaming show where we talk about games and their revenue in great detail, powered by our ad monetization, game design, and user acquisition triple threat expertise. Welcome to the 2.5 Gamers, the unfiltered truth served with a side of giggles. Let's not forget this is a 4 a.m. conference discussion vibe, so let's not take it too seriously. Tune in now and stay 2.5 steps ahead of the gaming industry.
As usual, you can go last. Nobody cares. It's fine.
We'll look at the silly creatives later.
Yeah. I can put it in post-production, whatever. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the 2.5 Gamers, and we have a special guest today again because we had a lot of fun with Ken last time when we were talking about Brawl Stars. And he is also a guy who can actually talk with Jakub about the game design and product stuff. Right? But before we start, my name is Matej Lancaric.
I'm Felix Braberg.
And I'm Jakub Remia.
We are your hosts. And as I mentioned, welcome, Ken. Welcome again.
Thank you for having me on. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, well, what are we talking about today? Legend of Mushroom. We teased it in our Slack and it's fucking killing it everywhere. It was live, outside of US for a while, right? And now they did a Western launch, and oh my god, they're earning a lot of money.
Legend of Mushroom go brrr.
Brrr.
Yeah. Actually, how we got known about the game was this Korean Sensor Tower article, if I remember correctly.
And, can you remind me who actually sent this to our Slack group?
You said this.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. That's fine.
Yeah, so if you translate it, it actually pretty much says that like Legend of Mushrooms hit #1 in South Korea, which is kind of unheard of, especially where there's still lineage dominance there, and it's kind of very heavy still. Like but that's South Korea for all reasons and purposes. But yeah, the game's grossing very, very high there, and we'll get to it how it actually kind of got there. Where we are, yeah. So it was released somewhere in November 23rd, 2023 last year, and now it's scaled all the way to something like 2.5, 2 million IAP revenue only. There's a day. There's a substantial amount of ad revenue on top of it, but like it's scaled like crazy. And download-wise, you could see, I think this is, let's do countries filter. Yeah, this is the Western release somewhere at the start of March. This is the Japan one.
Can you drop the name of the Legend of Mushroom in South Korean, or where is it, to our chat?
Which one?
Yeah, the name of the game, because the fun fact is when you're trying to actually search for it in Sensor Tower, you can't find it.
It's physically impossible.
Yeah, it's impossible.
Now it's possible because it's a Western release now. But before you had to go with the Korean name. Yes, you're right. That's there. But yeah, let's.
No, even right now, if you try to search for it, Legend of Mushroom, it's not there.
But it's there now. Now it's there. Like you see it here.
Nice.
There's like
Their app icon has the Pepe Frog in it?
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Jesus Christ. That's crazy.
Yeah. All the memes you can get.
So now it's under Western release now. You see that whatever, at the start there was 80k downloads from US. Now it's something like 20k a day. But overall, if you look at it, they're still doing 200k downloads a day. So pretty strong still, already somewhere past $125 million in IP revenue and something like 10 million downloads. Still a
Come
lot
on.
less downloads than I would expect now. But again, they're just scaling in the West. This whole kind of thing where they started in South Korea from like end of December was kind of, I would say, trial period a little bit. But then you see how it's scaled now. Yeah.
Can you put Legend of Slime next to this on the launch?
That's the other thing. We'll be talking a lot about our other favorite game from our friends from Load Complete, which is Legend of Slime.
Which is no longer managed by them, right?
Yeah, it's now sitting on App Quantum's account. And this game was actually released, or let's say soft launch, in June 2022. Then it hit its peak somewhere around February last year, and then it went on a little bit of decline, but still going strong with something like, I don't know, 35k IP revenue a day, which I would multiply by. Matt is clicking.
I'm just clicking.
I'm clicking.
Yeah. So yeah, I will talk a little bit more about Legend of Slime, but this other game, if I understand correctly, the Legend of Mushroom is what, like 4 months old regarding. Yeah. So it's quite an achievement, actually, because I think this is the second podcast in a row now that we are talking about the game that's making 2.5 million a day. And this game's actually
gamers talking about the game making
this game is actually making more than the previous one, the last one, because last one didn't have ads. This have ads on top of it. So my guess is it's like 3+ million a day.
Please, our listeners, if you know about a game that makes 2.5 million a day, please let us know.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. That's there. Shall we go to the games then?
Which games?
Yeah, because if we look at it, and I'll do a very fast kind of a rundown of it.
Oh, history lesson.
Yeah, not history lesson. It's literally like it's there, and this is also there.
Where are your cucumber glasses? I was hoping you'd have your cucumber glasses.
No, I don't have cucumber glasses anymore. I have this whatever mask there. Yeah. So the thing is that some features are literally taken 1-to-1 from these two games. Like
you open the game like Legend of Mushrooms, like wait a second, these Legends of Slime.
Yeah,
but
like, don't get me wrong, this is not a blatant copy. It's like they copied the core and the solid kind of baseline of the game, but they improved where I think it's very, very smart improvements. Because if you look at let's say the pet power progression layer, it's basically the same. Like there's literally nothing to it. If you look at the skill progression layer, again, it's literally the same. If we look at, let's go to these kind of alternative game modes, again, literally the same. They even don't bother even changing the icons. It's literally the same icons. Like the keys has the same icons. If I go where I was there, the relic thing here, this thing, like you see this fork icon currency. So if we go here into no, this one, yeah, this is again the same, another power progression layer, but the relic was, where was the relic? I always forgot that one.
That's why you don't. You didn't even play the game properly.
Too many things. Yeah.
Click on the book.
Yeah, there's the thanks, Ken. So see, the fork icon is literally the same. So they went like 1-to-1, didn't even bother with changing the visuals. But what's really important between these two games, and there's two major distinctions that we can talk about in more detail, is that they changed the very core of the game a little bit, because
this one very core. There is core and there is very core.
Yeah. This is literally the very cool, because both are idle RPGs, but
and
the thing is
hardcore.
Super hardcore.
That Legend of Slime has the, let's say, the very, very kind of old school.
Very, very core.
Yeah,
so we have very core, very core, and very, very core.
You upgrade specific parameters with these currencies that go to gazillions, like literally 11.6H or whatever.
Yeah,
and that's like the core of idle, like adventure capitalism and stuff like that. Like that was the old idle core. These guys took it and put literally one progression layer, which is the equipment behind it, and it's about opening gacha forever. Like the whole thing is based about this magic lamp, which is basically a gacha that you're opening forever, and at some point it gets automated, and you select which kind of a, let's say, where's the auto button? Here it is. You select which kind of rarity you don't even want to bother with.
Yeah.
and it only informs you or stops the game when you actually roll a rarity that you're looking for, or you can roll in it for like specific stat or whatever. But once you press it, the whole thing kind of automates itself, like it should.
But you can't press anything else because
You
that was
can.
my. Well, yeah,
you can, but you
I was
cannot press the
clicking on
lamp.
yeah, you can't click on the lamp. It's like I put it like on auto cell, and it's like, what the fuck? Why is it not working?
Yeah.
And this little guy actually showed me like, but you can't click
but
on
this
the
is
map. Yeah.
this is very important, like critical iteration where it's much more streamlined.
Yeah, because you put
Because-
phone on the table and it kind of plays.
But you don't need to choose these things, because here you need to choose like where should I spend my resources, this or that or whatever. Here it's very simple, because the moment a better gear arrives, there's even a confirmation button. Like, do you really want to get rid of this better gear? They literally have it in. So it's very streamlined, which I think is much better onboarding experience. You don't really need to go through all of these things. Then the rest of the game is pretty much the same. We can talk about it a little bit, but I don't think so. It's kind of literally that needed.
Very important.
The important part is the social part, because they have social. Legend of Slime doesn't have social features, which I think is the killer iteration that they did there. And
Thank
it's
you very
done
much for
very, very
listening.
good.
That's it.
And by the way, if you listen to a podcast about Legend of Slime, that was the point why I said I don't give Legend of Slime 10 out of 10, because 1 point was deducted because they didn't have any social features.
Ooh, which means this is gonna get. Well, let's see what kind of rating this is gonna get.
Yeah, so I guess we're gonna talk a little bit about it more, but yeah, I would like to give Ken a little bit more space when I'm just rambling all the time.
Yeah, I agree with literally 99% of the things Jakub is saying.
Let's talk about the 1%.
Yeah, that's important. 1%.
I mean, like, I just want to reiterate, I think it's great that they reduce the decision fatigue on upgrading specific stacks of gear. And they've obviously done a great job with providing a super wide dearth of progression verticals. I mean, players have a huge amount of things to do throughout the first week of gameplay. I think there's 10 different very clear progression verticals that they can hit, but that's, again, same for Legend of Slime or whatever, the other game that's based off of. So long as like the social side of it, I would say that where I somewhat disagree, or where I feel like I might start disagreeing, is that it still feels very juvenile to me. Like when I look at systems that are this deep, and this is a very like meta system deep game, I would expect the social systems to also be very, very deep. And in my opinion, it's still quite a light social game. Like the guild that I'm in is, I think, similar progression to Jakub's. Like, we're level 4 or level 5. It's literally all the whales on our server are in this one. But there's not that many benefits, I would say, to being in our guild right now. We can be targeted by our own guild members in PvP. They can raid us still for like our resources. So there's like some weird trade-offs to being in that guild. The only benefits really are that there's some like custom rewards you can get inside of Guild versus Guild. There's some shop level up that you can get. So like some basic, like I would say really basic rewards. If you're a payer, these rewards mean nothing to you. And then there's some
family shop is kind of shitty.
Yeah, but Jakub is not a payer, so he needs to grind. He needs to grind. Get this.
Tell us a little bit more about your pair experience, Ken, because I didn't have that.
Yeah, we couldn't. Well, Jakub couldn't figure that out.
He doesn't know. He doesn't know that you need to put in some credit card details.
I can definitely get into that here in a second. I just want to cap this off by saying that, like, in a game that's this complex with meta systems, I would expect them to go so far as to push it, maybe in the next iteration of this game, down the path of like a 4x social loop, where they start really managing their shards and taking guilds like mine and putting them on a 4x map. Like we've been talking in previous podcasts about how games bait and switch you from these types of loops into really deep combat loops from like 4x games. This feels like a good game to do that with. Everybody in my guild is like primed to do that. They're spending $10,000, $15,000 within the first week and a half to 2 weeks. The top payers in my guild, and they would definitely continue to smash each other against other server shards, in the same like regards. So I think that's the type of place I see this game going. Right now, it still feels super shallow to me. I know that it's a big evolution against Legend of Slime, but there's still a long way to go.
Question. Usually clones don't make as much money. Is it just the social features you'd say that is driving this value, or would you say it's something else?
It's not the clone. It's on the clone.
I didn't actually. I barely played Legend of Slime. I have it on my phone, and I played like a week worth. So I don't know the merchandising in Legend of Slime very well. I was going to go into some of the merchandising in Legend of Mushroom, which is phenomenal. And what I think there's really strong sides of it, and there's a few like I would say problem areas that I wanted to call out. So I'll just go into that now if you guys want.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Go.
Yes. So first off, the game will have like super strong shark fin. So merchandising in the game is meant so that you have really strong upfront pay design. Where like if you guys would remember when you got into the game, there'll be like 3 different offers for like core gear pieces, like a headpiece, arm, like a weapon, and another headpiece. Those 3 pieces of gear will carry your character all the way to level 50, and you're basically trained from those first initial very cheap purchases that buying power gets you super far. And they tie that back into the first social unlock system, so like leaderboard system that they have in the game. If you've basically bought any of those 3 purchases, you will rocket you up the PvP leaderboard, will rocket you up the progression, what's it called, like the level up leaderboard that they have in the game. And then they have those same 3 purchases for like every single progression vertical in the game. They have a really bad gacha design. So they have
which gacha?
Paid gacha. Sorry, the pals and the skills. So when I think of a really strong gacha design, I think back to like Genshin Impact, where when I buy a single, when I unlock a single 5-star character, that 5-star character unlocks a whole new level of gameplay for me. I can play the game in new ways. I know exactly how much money I have to spend to get that character. Buying another 5-star character like synergizes with that first one in new unique gameplay ways. This game fucking sucks. Like I've probably pulled on this thing like 700,000 times, and I could not tell you what the value is. Like I know that numbers go up, but I can't point to how much. I don't know, like, should I spend $1,000 in here or $5,000 in here? Because it doesn't feel like they're that consequential to me. I would much rather just go into the store and buy $100 worth of gems for some other progression vertical, because these 2 things do not map well to power progression at all to me.
It's they have the, like, I call it like the shard system of Clash Royale, where you're not going from like very rare big swings of like I get this 5-star character from Genshin Impact. It's more of a like you gradually get small amounts of power all the time, all the legendaries, all everything, but just very small. And the thing is that in the end, it's just not a like increasing number power progression layer with nothing exciting in it, I would say. Which sounds like bad gacha design from this angle.
Yeah, and there's, like I mentioned earlier, there's like 10 plus different power progression verticals in the game, and every single one of them has a battle pass. Every single one. And each of those battle passes, there's 3 variants of it. There's a free and then two paid variants of it. There's a button to remove ads, so you can. I think it's like $9, and you can remove every single ad point in the game, which is great. I pay for that one as like a super clear value offer. But I would expect in a game that has 4 monthly subscriptions for that ad removal to be a monthly subscription too. So like a 5th monthly subscription. There's literally already 4 monthly subs in the game. Put that as a monthly sub.
Like to remove ads forever. It's like remove ads for 30 days. Easy.
Yeah. Put it $3.99 and make it like a monthly one. They have a custom shopping cart, which is also like whale targeting, but they also have really, really poor upselling strategy. So like I will have spent $40 on a pack of gems, and then they never target me with a custom bundle for $40 ever again.
You mean like price segmentation? It's not
price segmentation doesn't exist. They have a web shop, and they promote me to go to that web shop once a week through like a red badge, but that's it. There's no like great deals there. I think there's maybe like a 10% haircut. I can't remember the exact value offer, but there's only one person in my guild who goes and uses that, which sucks, even though like everybody in my guild is like 10,000 plus vendors.
There should be like 90% of the guild going to web shop and just purchase for there.
So all this to say is like the way that they've designed their offers, how deep they are, how frequent or how many there are, they're basically shoving all this value really, really early in the gameplay, and they don't do a great job of spreading out that value long term and showing you the long term value. All of it is showing you how to kind of progress as fast as possible into the leaderboards, into the PvP leaderboard, the level up leaderboard, the guild leaderboards, and so on. And there's this like core player motivation of do the thing first, right? Like there's these like these prizes that you get inside of your newsfeed for being the first person on your server to reach like Apocalypse 5 or whatever. That is the core player motivation of this game. So you are incentivized to do the monetization soon, quick, now. And that's one of the big reasons why I feel like this game is going to have a really poor long-term monetization without additional player motivations for long-term spend. They need to have more guild versus guild events that kind of reward that spend long-term. Right now, the only like week over week spending that I can see that they're doing for me and my guild is these new like mount events that they have, where inside the mount system and their artifact system, they'll have these. I don't know if you want to go to advance
Yep.
there, yeah. So there's these like custom mounts that you can only get through the event system, and you have to be like the top 3 players on your server shard to get one of these things. And that means basically you've had to have spent, I don't know, on our server, it's like $5,000 plus an event, which again, poor monetization design, because if I'm willing to spend $300 but not $5,000, I can't get shit. So yeah, it's a weird design, but it's going to do well. It's just going to shark fin quite heavily. And yeah, that's kind of like my thoughts there on that monetization side. I don't know how much of that tracks, Jacob, back to Legend of Slime, but it feels like they've done a good job. It's just going to be very front heavy.
You mean like the offer strategy of Legend of Slime compared to this?
Yeah.
I would say Legend of Slime by its baseline is much more skewed toward ads, because they have some of the things that, for instance, this one.
Well,
this kind of
there's still like 70% IAPs, 30% ads.
Yeah, I know, but like still like they have these like cumulative ads. Yeah. So Legend of Mushroom is definitely less than Legend of Slime. That's my guess. But yeah, I can't really comment on the because I'm not that like into paying things.
No worries.
I was gonna say that, like things that Remo has never said. Well, when I made a purchase.
Yeah.
Like I have like 100 plus or whatever, like Pet of Exile or like payer account or whatever. Like that's like what's my kind of thing. But I always try to see the free to play experience anyway here.
Everybody says nobody cares about Pet of Exile. This is the game we're talking about.
Just wait until they release the second DLC. Anyway, yeah. Want to finish like few things here. Like for me, this kind of I know it's kind of super primitive, but for me this is like genius what they did here with this farm thing, where you literally you're growing your crops and you can go and steal other people's crops. Literally go there and then have this kind of thief. And it also happens there that if you log into your game, you literally log into your farm and there's this thief character sitting there, and you need to either win a fight against him or call your friends or call your guild to kill him out, otherwise he steals your crops.
Nice.
So this is
somebody was stealing my resources from my crop, and I called my guild to defeat them because it was somebody that was like more powerful than me.
Yeah.
And our most powerful player came in, kicked him out, and then started stealing my resources. And I was like, shit, what am I supposed to do about that? Like,
yeah. This is the thing. Like, I don't get this. Like, okay, like this whole mechanic makes sense and everything, but like most of the things that I go to steal is from my friend list actually.
Yeah.
Like all the people that went through me through this other mode where it's like cooperative and you random matchmake with people, like all my friends, I can like see their, they're offline. I can go into their farm and like steal their shit and stuff. Yeah, it's very interesting. But for me, the other good thing they did here is that the guild thing is no longer a list; it's a map. So you can show off your stuff. You can have that social status, skin thing there, which is very old schoolish, but you don't see it these days anymore. You just see lists. Like in all the games that I played in like last half a year, there was never a social feature with like this kind of shared space. I think that they did that very good. If you say that, especially after we covered like 4 4x's in a row on this podcast, I could definitely see this going into some kind of like 4x functionality. The other functionality they took from 4x already, by the way, is the timer helper mechanic, which is really good. That the whole guild pretty much can help you on timers, where there's like research timers, building timers, crops timers, whatever timers, and everybody can shape those like the typical 4x thing. and the guild is very, very pushy. Like I literally have people like here in my chat messaging me that like we're I think it's just today, like, hey, you could also donate in the family, good rewards for you and everyone else. Literally.
Jesus.
so people
That's
are
funny.
very, very pushy. Yeah, so yeah,
I already
otherwise
mentioned that during the weekends, like, oh my god, I need to play Legend of
because
Mushroom because they will kick me out for like 2 days of no activity.
Yeah.
It's like, okay,
that's what literally written in our guild, like AFK 2 days is a kick.
Yeah.
It's written there.
Yeah.
well,
So-
remember to donate daily, Jakub.
Yeah. I need to
Help the
otherwise
family.
I get
Come on,
kicked.
man.
I would say that one of the gameplay things I think they need to improve on is they need to A/B test when to unlock the auto lamping. I
It's
have
too
a few
late, I
fri-
think.
Yeah,
It's
it's
too
too
late.
late. I have a few friends who I was
Agree.
like, you need to play this game to do some research on the monetization. And they're like, this fucking lamp selection thing is like super annoying.
Yeah,
And
it's
Yeah.
super annoying.
it unlocks after like, I don't know, level 10 or something like
Yeah.
that. It should unlock at like level 3, but they need to A/B test that.
Guys, what do you think the session length is for this game?
Obscenely long.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would say so.
Yeah,
Giant.
I literally leave mine on all day. I have like a wireless charging stand here in front of me, and it's just going on all day because I have like 20,000 lamps I have to open up. Yeah, Jakub's got
That's what we discussed.
13,000.
There was like, how can you even like spend them all?
You just leave it playing. That's it.
You can unlock. Go back to your auto button and click on the.
Oh, there's you
Click
can
on
yeah,
the
you
one.
can-
You can increase the number from
That's
1
true.
to
Yeah, you can
like
yeah,
4.
You can,
Go
yeah,
down.
by the way, yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Go to
that's-
Oh
6.
man, this is life changing.
No, I saw that, but the lamp was like a number. Like it unlocks after level of 4 or 5, and I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god, one more.
Also,
There you go.
the pricing here at this level of lamp, by the way, I think go back to just click on the 16 there.
Yeah.
So 939,000 gold. That is roughly like $90 an IAP just to buy that much gold to go up 1/5 of a level.
Yeah, one.
Yeah,
That's
and it still won't give you the next rarity this time.
that's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah, so things are very expensive, once you get past like the first
Yeah.
week of progression.
Yeah, but by the way, one other thing I think I don't have it here. Let me show you because I think I took a screenshot. Did you see how the like asynchronous Dota event that they built in the Clan Wars thing? I think that was really
Yeah,
good.
the 3
regarding-
lanes.
Yeah, the 3 lines.
Yeah.
So basically, what these guys built is pretty much an async Dota, where you have 3 lanes. You put your whatever character in one of threes, like all the guild pretty much puts it there, and then it goes in these series of asynchronous battles against the enemy clan. And after winning 3 battles in a row, you get penalty. So you wouldn't like destroy everything with one character. It's like pretty much like an endurance thing, I would say. And if you win 2 of the 3 lines, you win the whole thing, and there's just giant rewards. And there this feature has the special shop, which the special shop only is the sole source of some of those. I don't know if I get there. Yeah, I can get there. Some of those other spells, which are like whatever Dragon Resonance event based one and stuff like that. So there's a little bit of like carrot on a stick within the social layer, but yeah, I don't think so. It's like enough, as Ken said. Like could be fleshed out much more. Like, usually games would lock the really end game things here, and it would be like the sole purpose of going this way, like no other way around it, and just like you need to go this way, otherwise you're shit. So that's there. Yeah.
Can we move on to Admon? Because I know it's
Yeah.
going to finish with the argument, me versus you and Ken.
One last thing, really, just want to kind of cover like literally 1 minute. The events that they're running, I think again it's a little bit of improvement from Legend of Slime because they have 3 types of events, which is the trigger events. Basically, we track how you play and we give you rewards based on that. Very simple one, recycle one. Then there's like a start from scratch, which is currently done here through this like live simulator, which is pretty much a simplified version of the whole game where you like select stuff, select everything, and you just play in this ladder-based difficulty on a timer. Again, same as Legend of Slime. But the third one, which is not currently running here, I can't show it, but it's pretty much like gacha, and it's like just opening gachas, and you have like 3 to 4 pools for like free-to-play user, and then you need to pay all the time. Like from these events, you don't get shit. Like you literally,
you couldn't play those events.
I could play it all day long. I couldn't even engage with the event. It's just like you need to pay in order to play this event. Yeah.
Yep, that's how you get custom like character skins, custom mount skins.
Yeah,
everything.
exactly. like the whole thing that people are just, let's say, sitting here like hold all the airplanes or whatever. It's just like, yeah, it's there.
There's like a motorcycle. There's like a candy gun.
Yeah.
Nice.
So the event thing is literally cutthroat regarding this last kind of type of event. Yep, you can go, Felix.
Yeah. So for me, like, I think also always like a big tell is where the game is made is always if you see anything relating to a durian fruit in the game. Because no one in the West knows what the fuck a durian fruit is. So as soon as I went in the shop and I saw like a durian bomb in the shop, I was like, this game is not made for the West or in the West because no one knows what it is. It's a smelly fruit that tastes really good that you can eat on the subways in Korea, Singapore, or anywhere in Asia.
Yeah,
because they smell too bad, but they taste delicious. Either way, I played to level 17. Game made me giggle a lot. Cucumber glasses were a favorite, and the random shit you throw is hilarious. The similarities to Legend of Slime are uncanny, but it's also different in so many major ways when it comes to the ad monetization, because there's a lot of rewarded ad placements. Welcome back, magic lamp upgrade, away from keyboard boost, 3 extra draws on the Pals of Skills. And usually they're stackable, so you can watch them 2 or 3 times in a row, which helps a lot to get impressions up. But there's one big major flaw compared to Legend of Slime, because there's no real urgency to watch.
I never watched an ad. It's like, why would I do that? Fuck.
You run out of resources. That's the only urgency.
You run out of resources. So there's no real urgency, right? So basically that's my biggest issue with this, right? So yeah, like I would argue probably that there's a welcome back booster, and the spins maybe account for 70 to 80% of the impressions, but the ad viewer rate on this game I would say is way lower than what we saw on Legend of Slime. Probably only around 35, maybe 40%. Like I would argue here, like the core gameplay, at least in the start, is a bit similar to Idle. So if they want to earn more ad revenue, they need to have an ad placement at front and center that actually makes sense, like a button. But they don't. So how many ads did you guys watch? I mean, Ken doesn't because he pays, but Jakub, how many ads did you watch?
All of those, like 40 per day.
Why?
Because you run out of resources, you want to move forward.
Yeah, but it's annoying. I mean, it's...
you play the other game in the meantime on the emulator.
Oh, of course. You play the other game, okay. Good for you.
Anyway, so ad viewer rate I think is around like 35-45%, 35 to 40%. But since most ad placements are stacked, probably what's happening is that the users who are watching quite a lot of ads when that is happening. So I think probably the impressions per DAU is maybe around 5 or 6. So in the last 30 days, Sensor Tower says 500,000 DAU on average in the user. That's making 6.3 million in the last 30 days in IAPs. So I've had to increase the ECPM average for that because obviously it's going to get higher on.
Mad meme here.
Yeah. So that means that this game is making about 55 to 60K a day from rewarded ads, or 1.8 million a month, or about 27%. So if you take into account the sadness multiplier, probably that would be closer to 20, I would say.
Yeah.
So now I'm going to come to the part where probably I'm going to make Jakub and Ken's ears bleed, but just hear me out here. So if I was managing this game, the first thing I would ask to do is to try to integrate banner ads, because exactly what Ken said before, the session lengths on this game are absolutely wild. The audience basically spends time playing on autoplay and grinds. Just keeps the phone down.
You have the phone on the table. Nobody cares. Yeah.
For non-purchasers, take the event when most purchases are made, and everyone who doesn't watch a lot of rewarded ads and doesn't make any IAPs, you call them like the useless segment.
Yeah.
And basically after a while you start showing banner ads, right? So basically that's where you'd have the combination of Jakub and Matej, because Matej didn't watch any rewarded ads and Jakub didn't make any purchases.
Yeah.
So basically low revenue driving users, and you start showing them banner ads. So I did the math on this. So I think you could probably show at least 160 or 200 banner impressions on average, which probably is a bit low for this segment. But if that's 40% of the users, that would mean about 14 to 20K a day in additional ad revenue from a segment that's not really driving that much revenue, which is almost like $500,000 a month in additional ad revenue.
And you know what? Nobody cares because they make $2.5 million a day.
But mate,
this is not significant enough. And it really, I mean, like here, like, look at this, like the gameplay. Like, first of all, like, where would you put this?
Bottom.
And isn't there like so many things anyway? Like, it's like fucking chaotic.
Mate, fuck that, man. Like, I refuse that to be an argument because I'm sorry, but $5 or $6 million a year, like, there's no studio that says no to that. That's just retarded.
Oh yeah, there are so many studios. I think there's one in Finland. I'm not sure. Maybe even more. And like they make $5 million like, in 2 days. Who the fuck cares?
Segmented. I'm saying segmented. That's all I'm saying.
So let me get this straight. So you're saying they're making 60K to compare to 2.5 million, and they should do this.
Yeah,
just think about the engineering work that they
run exactly.
one A/B test, and they just increase the IAP revenue by 10% and already make more money. You know.
Wait.
Come on, man.
Like, Tower said this game made 6.2 million a month.
6.2 million a month with what?
In the last 30 days. In the last 6 days. 30 days.
Because it's going like this, so yeah, maybe it's less. But keep in mind if they stay at 2.5 a day, it's like it's gonna be a completely different picture next month.
Yeah. Come on.
So
I think my guild. I think my guild is $2.5 million, man. It's
like VIP guild.
I'm sorry here, but like, what you're saying makes sense.
Yeah,
but not for this game.
Exactly.
That's I would end up here because like if you just do like a quarter of what Ken just said with the paying part, then I guarantee that there will be an increase in ARPDAU. And there you go. Like your whatever banners would be diluted by the first number that would show up on
implementing banners in a segmented way takes less than half a day.
I know what you mean, but it's just insignificant because you're talking about teams' capacity.
I refuse that because it's such a dumb argument. So much money still on the table.
No, it's like opportunity cost, man.
It's opportunity cost.
That's it. It's opportunity cost, nothing else.
But how many of these A/B tests that you run actually end up making more money usually? This is guaranteed. It's quite simple.
I know it's guaranteed, but think about other A/B tests that you could run instead, which could make 10 times more money.
So we agree that more money is better than less money?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, definitely.
But do we agree that more money is better than less money on the same time?
Agree to disagree. I yield the rest of my time.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, like we talked about this for like a million times before. I mean, if you say, they could earn potentially $500,000 a day more thanks to balance, I'd say 100%. But if it's like 50K, 60K per day, like come on,
man. Like one thing, like I get what you're saying. I all good. The thing is, you never went through these troubles yourself as a developer. Like all the SDKs crashing your app, your developers being fucking furious about it, community people being completely outraged by the ads that are being shown, blah blah blah. Things are, you from your perspective, like people implement it and charges go up, of course, but you don't see all the troubles, the QA and everything that goes into it. That's the thing here.
I mean, don't touch UA, dude. Like, why are you making
QA?
QA. Nobody cares about QA.
Nobody cares about UA.
I know.
Yeah, nobody cares about UA.
Yeah, I know.
That's enough for this week.
Yeah, thank you much. Okay, bye. No, I know Ken needs to leave as well, so I think like we can we can leave it at QA. Nobody cares about QA. No, yeah. So anything else we want to discuss? Regarding ads? Yeah, exactly. Ads, your game design.
What do you guys think about the current rewarded placements? Because like, I don't really see a point in watching them. Like that's the major issue.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I think that if they really wanted to, they could slice off one of the 10 progression verticals and put it behind a rewarded video, and then that would be meaningful for people that actually want to watch them. And they could do that without drastically cutting into their IAP revenue because they just have so many freaking progression verticals. They could do that. That's what I would do if I really wanted to push on it. Probably whatever like the lowest risk version of that is.
Yeah, that's basically what exactly Legend of Slime has. They have one of
Yeah.
these production verticals completely behind ads because it's on a timer. So you need to watch 3 ads, and all of those just give you bonuses for 20 minutes. Yeah, so guys doing Legend of Mushroom, if you're listening, you exactly know what to do now.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Just take the
Ken,
Century
can we
Games
get-
model for X style.
Before
Yeah,
you run
also
away, can you give us your rating for the game? What you give it?
I'm gonna steal Jakub's rating from the last game. I'll give it a 9. Maybe. Well, no, I won't do that. I'll give it an 8.5. I would give them another half a star for if they improve their gacha, and I would give them a full star if they had a better social loop. I like that the progress they made versus Legend of Slime on social, but they have a long way to go there still. So, yeah, something like a 4X meta system, and there would be just the gravy on top.
yeah, they would make a lot more money per day.
A lot more, and it would be much more sustainable, which is I think the key here, because these guys are going to do great for a month or two. I want to like maybe come back in a month or two and see how the game's doing.
That's how they're gonna do that. Yeah.
Thanks for having me on, folks.
Thanks,
I
man.
got
Sure.
a dip.
Enjoy.
Thanks for staying. See ya.
See ya.
And we can check the UA. We can check the UA.
Alone at last.
No, we can check the UA. It's gonna be quite quick. Actually, Ken gave us a few UA screenshots because they are apparently showing some ads in the US on Twitter. Yeah, I was like, what? That says a lot because nobody fucking cares about Twitter. Just by the way, but yeah, they're kind of having you know
That's
who is
Gengar.
this? Oh, nice.
Gengar.
You had to Google it, right?
No, I didn't think Gengar was my favorite Pokemon. Rude.
But that's only because Jakub had a T-shirt of Gengar in Istanbul, and you were talking about it.
There he is.
It's like, yeah, what's happening? Oh, now I see it. Yeah,
See?
Nice, yeah, we see.
right there.
there's the Gengar right there. Okay, so for our fans, Jakub just showed us his Gengars and figurines.
Small part of his figure collection.
Yeah, small part. But then they have also, you know who is this?
Buzz Lightyear, really?
Yeah.
Fake
Toad.
Buzz Lightyear with mushroom head?
And wait a second. You know who is this?
Oh, man. Mushroom
Nice.
Vader.
Yeah. They're Mushroom Vader and like a lot of different shit. And obviously we have goddess level whatever.
Waifus.
With
Waifus.
and tits and everything. And then we have also
Oh, really?
Star Wars. Yeah, they're kind of
Star Wars Walker.
It's
and
only
Star Wars-
mobile you get away with this.
it's no, you know, man, like it's you can't get away with this. It's the
You-
Twitter. It's only because of Twitter. They
But
don't
you
know
couldn't
anything
do
about
these things on Steam or whatever. Like the moment you have this, you're down.
Really? Okay. I mean, fair enough. Well, I guess we can check this because what we were talking about that happened somewhere here, right? It's like end of February. It's that the western part of the launch, and now also like they launched Japan. Oh my fucking god, Japan is now like killing it. It's like 1.5 million a day in Japan on these spikes. It's like wow, it's quite a lot.
Impressive.
But then, you know, like from here onwards, or since here onwards, like the US is kind of like going up. So, you know, like it's like beginning of March, US is already on the third spot in terms of the revenue. So it's Japan, South Korea, US, and then Taiwan, Germany.
Put the stack icon there. You can see it much better there.
Whatever. But yeah, okay, it's true.
Wow.
So now it's also like, you know, here they added Japan just like end of February, and then they added the rest of the world basically. So like March, and then US, Taiwan, Germany, France, and other European countries. So that's why only now it's kind of starting to look interesting from like our perspective, because now way more people actually know like this game exists. When we first looked into the article from Sensor, I was like, what the fuck is happening here? Like, we have no idea what is this. And they're like, oh, wait, we can actually play this. All right, let's try now. Because you're quite surprised, like this game made so many revenues, and like, okay, like where is this?
It's literally compared to Legend of Slime, it's 10 times more during its peak on IAP side only.
Well, according to Sensor Tower, and also like in Sensor Tower, I don't see the Twitter creatives. So maybe we might be missing something, but they are apparently running basically everywhere. Like all the channels you can get, they're live on them, except Facebook. They have very small.
Why is that, you think?
Because they are from Asia and they don't really know how to manage this. But it's very true that they have some very funny creatives, honestly. And we will get there. Look at this.
What?
Yes.
There's literally a red Angry Bird in their
Red Angry
creative.
Bird, yes. And it's,
Oh my
it's
God.
not in the US, right? So they don't fucking care. They don't really care. So it's
There
like,
was
Where are
One
these guys
Piece.
based? Where are
There's
these guys based?
I don't know, man.
China?
Like China most probably.
I think China.
Yeah, I think China. So they're running like every country basically. But if we go to US, which is interesting, and
So I just saw their One Piece, the anime guy.
Yeah. So again, like all static images, and oh my god, again,
Buzz
Toy Story?
Lightyear from Toy Story.
yeah. Sorry, but
Whoa.
can you see like that was
There was Iron Man.
Iron
that
Man.
was exactly.
Oh.
So they are kind of doing all of these interesting IP copies, Star Wars and everything. But this is not video.
Legend of Mushroom. Get 3,000 consecutive free drops.
Why it was so high pitched, the voice?
Well, it was Legend of Slime almost.
Yeah.
So there's like all.
Hey, I'm making mushrooms for dinner. Mushrooms for dinner?
It's like UGC types of videos as well.
Mushrooms out. Now you can play with mushrooms.
And this is Instagram. It's like, what
And what a game
Oh
it
my
is.
god.
You know, I just love video games where progress is key.
I mean, these
And it's all about leveling up. your
only
key
thing like
mushroom
they
characters
didn't
to
do
be
is just
stronger
check
than they were
the
before.
creative
And
strategy
this is
from
one of
Legend of
those
Slime.
fake farming games
See if
where
they
you
if
have
they
to
did like
sit
they
around
would
and you
do
might
way
get
better
something.
on
No,
creatives.
the genie
And I'm not
will
saying
help.
And I can't hear what you're
Your
saying at all because of this guy.
becomes even
Oh, yeah,
better
sorry.
than you were before. And then we
I'm not saying that would be because I did a lot of those creatives, but it just doesn't fit. It just doesn't fit. It's like look at
This game gives players nothing.
Wow, 3D?
exactly like why. And this kind of 3D is like
This looks like World of Warcraft.
exactly. It's like it's
Yeah.
but they get like they're kind of going most probably for different types of audience with this maybe, but this won't do the trick for like the sweet spot of CPIs and ROI afterwards. Just this will definitely have way
How
higher.
did they build this? Like, did they build it like a separate game for this creative? Like, this is
No.
literally like a different platform, not a different gameplay.
Yeah, nobody cares. Like this is just like different creative, and like it kind of goes into the same. Good. There's some kind of fun at the end. There's some kind of fun at the end. But it's look, you see like another UGC, and it's like it's not even interesting. Like, what the fuck is this?
Who's this guy?
Yeah, exactly.
He's fake for
Crazy
sure.
equipment upgrades.
It's
Your
not fake.
own unique mushroom warrior. This is
I mean,
the adventure.
You can't
you've
be
been
fake
waiting
and
for.
have like a leather
Download and
cap.
play today.
Get 3,000 consecutive pause.
But they also like say 3,000 free draws, and it's just like bullshit. Even
No,
Ken-
they have
Ken-
that. They have that in the game.
They have it in the game, but Ken mentioned it's like it's. Oh no, they advertise something else, and they get only 3,000.
Evolving into a tier
Yeah,
2
it's-
mushroom swordsman in just
This is
one
kind
day?
of good
Combat
because this
power,
is like
1
day
million.
1
Must have
versus day
dropped
30
since-
kind of level of progression in the creatives, which this is from what?
A tier 4 battle axe mushroom in just 3 days? Combat power 10 million. How did you get so strong? This game. AFK for a while and you get thousands of divine lamps. Just need a few taps and know your favorite.
Maybe if you
max
turn
down.
the volume a little
Volume
bit
off.
down, we could speak a little bit.
Maybe. Okay. I'm like that volume is quite low for me, so it's fine.
Of course, I don't want to have your ears anymore.
Yeah, true. Fair enough. No, it's like that was Facebook, man. Like it's so weird. And I mean, look, if you
Is
go,
it even more weird in South Korea or Japan? Are
Yeah,
they like
I will
localized?
I will get there. Don't worry. I will get there. and you see like all the networks, right? And it's
Yeah.
like it's mainly Unity, and there's like a little bit of uploading. It's like guys, like I'm pretty sure like if you know how to run, or if you are kind of skilled in UA, you just have to have way more uploading budget, man. Like Legend of Sly was like fucking killing it with uploading, and even on Google, it was like
Maybe they're
so
not
big,
maybe they're not mediating on Max.
which means nothing. They can still run a lot of IAP campaigns. This game makes a lot of money on IAPs, and as Ken mentioned, they're kind of front loading all the payments, and like it's strong on day 1, day 2, or maybe even day 0, which means a lot of signals. So uploading campaigns in like on day 0 IAPs, like this, man, I can imagine like this works so well. And you have all like this like I don't know, like this end card, which is I don't know, load like different characters there, right? It's like it's not even interesting. Sorry. Yeah, this is good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No volume.
No, I don't know. Don't worry, I won't be. But this is funny, but it's like okay, maybe.
But this works like on default for gacha games, doesn't it? That you advertise that you have a lot of free gacha pools. I see it all the time.
I think yeah, but you can do it in a way that it's actually in the end card, you know, like saying like main thing in the concept.
But
then
like,
it's kind of
see literally the whole concept is based on that we give you free stuff. That's
yeah,
just
but
the concept.
I know. It should be also on something else. I know, like the little games, Rise of Kingdoms had these like all these like free something. It was either at the end as a coupon code or something, and they had all these different UGC types of all real actors in it, and it was actually interesting. I mean, it was cringe as fuck, but it was interesting.
You're talking about UA creators, not cringe anymore.
Yeah, I know. And like come on. You can have like so many. I mean, I guess these are good variations in different concepts, but again, like it feels more like a slot game. It's like social casino. It's all the money. Come on, this screen. Where is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Come
Okay.
on,
This
like-
one.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
That screams social casino.
Like literally thousands of diamonds
Yeah.
dropping, and then like 3 sevens.
It's like so like absolute social casino. Yeah, it's like in terms of like the UA, like they are kind of everywhere. And if you select like this, it's all Unity integral and uploading a little bit here and there. It's like outside of US, obviously. So US is not their main country yet, but if they want to grow on the west side, then that it should be way better. In terms of and then we have all this like fun stuff outside of US, which is basically who is this? I know, random guy holding
Random
a sword.
Korean guy with a sword.
Yeah,
Fantasy one, by the way. It's a shit sword. No, like honestly, like those swords won't work. Like it will hurt you more than the enemy.
Wait, are you talking about the UA campaigns, or are you talking about...
No. Actually, this sword that he's holding in his hands, it won't help you. You will get hurt from it. Trust me.
yeah,
Does he look like a guy who fights with swords, bro?
exactly. Yeah, like this is a guy.
He fights with mushrooms. I know.
Yeah, so maybe this is like special abilities. Like you fight mushrooms, not real enemies. So yeah, this is the crit. Yeah, all the memes.
Korean
yeah,
memes.
exactly.
Yeah, of course.
All the
But
memes.
it works for them. So
Yeah, I
guess
know. Like
it's
in
still-
Korea and in Japan, for sure. I mean,
Yeah, like Ken said, the Pepe Frog in the icon, it goes
Yeah.
a long way.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, I mean, we have all the same all the time. Like, and developers from Asia, they do well in Asia, right? And they have all the creatives because they know what works in Asia, but they don't know what works in US.
Yeah.
It's just like that's just how it is.
Yeah,
I know. You can call me.
This applies except Forex.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh, well, wait a second. Oops. Ooh, wow. So mushroom. Oh, I mean, this might work actually. Invest.
Like,
Look, it's,
kinda-
yeah, it's mass battles. Come on, like
Yeah,
it's like
mass
one,
battles always work.
definitely. Yeah,
Very, very
we need just
satisfying to
zombies.
watch.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
need
more
mushrooms
zombies.
versus zombies. Easy.
The whole game is very cute for zombies. I don't think so it would work.
Yeah. By the way, yeah, you mentioned in the beginning, like, oh well, there's like something they changed from Legend of Slime. It's also like different art style. So
Yeah. It's different art style.
遅くなってしまい申し訳ありません。
there you go.
What you saying? Oh, social casino.
Yeah, it's
There
like
we go.
exactly. This is also social casino. Come on.
プレイヤーの皆さんには抽
Yeah,
選で
PS5 on the left hand side, and
But
there's
for,
the,
for Asia, this isn't
It's not
social
China.
casino.
本物です。
yeah, man. Like I know, like I remember we went to it was like Unity party. It was like, oh, we have lucky draw. I was like, what?
Yeah, but it's normal because
I know.
Asia lives by the gacha.
I know. Yeah, it's true.
Can she be a bit more quiet? There we go.
Maybe. Yeah, maybe. But yeah, this definitely works. But I can imagine throwing
it's just
PS5.
localized.
Yeah. But it's like
Yeah.
this. Yeah, it's good because then they know what works. And like we have these discussions always. Like, okay, should we just translate things to penetrate Japan or South Korea? I was like, no, just need to properly localize. And you need to know what kind of works there. So yeah, it's like my rating won't be very generous.
So what's your rating?
I like 5.
Out of 10?
Yeah.
Was
Well,
there
it's
even a
4.
game that went past 8 in your?
Yeah.
Which one?
Definitely, yes, I can't remember.
Really?
No, but we had definitely 8. We had definitely 8. I need to check. I need to check which
Game of War?
No, Game of War, no. Game of War, no. But yeah,
Okay.
I gave some. I gave even like 9 to some game actually.
You give it 9, yeah. You give it
I
9.
gave a 9. I gave a 9.
Okay, Felix.
4. The
4.
placements don't lead anywhere. They have ad
Okay.
placements, but like they don't like you don't need to press them. You
Yeah.
do it if you feel like it, and it's really not
Right.
worth it.
Yeah, but that's like important distinction here. Like even though it's so successful, it's still like stuff to improve. I agree here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
but
they
I
can
wouldn't do the banners anyway. Yeah. My side, I would do 9 this time because
that's true.
this is
Yeah.
very, very, very complex to do, where you're building on a base of something else, and then you're actually very heavily improving it. And these guys really heavily improving it, I think, especially with the lamp mechanic, turning gacha into like the idle core gameplay. I haven't seen it yet. I think like this is very innovative. And then the social layer, it's kind of stitched from like different things, but for me it kind of works well. Like I definitely agree with what Ken said, that like for whales and like bears kind of portion of the economy, it's not enough and they could be making more out of it. But the whole kind of farming, shroom, like whatever stealing mechanics and like all these things, especially the map, the old school map, they have the shared space in the guild.
Yeah.
I think that's very, very nice. So for that, like I definitely kind of give them that. But yeah, as Ken said, like not having price segmentation is like a first grade mistake.
Yeah,
I'm
exactly,
sorry, guys.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
So it cannot be 10. I'm sorry.
No, of course. But like, there's always a pattern. As soon as we give the game a high rate with Felix, you go like, oh, this is 5, and then like there's the other part, like we say like it's 5 or 6 or 4, like oh my god, this is so amazing, 8. You go back to those posts. It's always
So
like this.
true. It's so true.
I just realized we always like, oh my god, this could be so much better. I was like, oh, this is great. Which is fair. Which is fair.
Come
Which
on,
is
he's
fair.
making
Yeah,
2.5 million a day.
I know. Yes, that's exactly. I know. But
But how
can you
long is it going to
imagine?
stay? That's a question.
And the second question is like, can you imagine like how much more could they earn if they kind of fix these two things as well on the maybe on ads or
by the
on
way,
UI, on UI on ads it doesn't matter because it's just so tiny.
Yeah, one public service announcement. I don't know when we're going to do this, but I understand there may be some people pissed because we didn't do soft launch sonar and review radar for some time now, and it's kind of due. So maybe we'll get to it at some point in like a little bit more special format to look into it, because yeah, we'll definitely keep this. We're keeping Brawl Stars very heavily on our radar from our last discussion. We'll get to that.
We see you guys.
Soon.
We see you guys. Yeah, we see you guys.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, there's a lot of interesting games being soft launch. Of course, we're looking at them. At some point, we talk about them. Don't worry, we didn't forget about those. We're not going to do reviews forever from now on. So yeah,
we're gonna do reviews forever, but it's like it's so many new games.
We're going to do these things on top.
Yeah. We'll see. again, thanks for listening. And then please keep subscribing. Our subscriber count on YouTube just passed 7,000, which is amazing. The total number of listeners or subscribers is around like 9. No, yeah, 9 something. We stopped counting. It's just too many people. No. It's
no, we didn't. We appreciate you all.
Yeah, thank you very much for the support.
And join the Slack if you want to have like heads up what we'll be reviewing the week after.
Yes, it's gonna be in the show notes, and then see you next time.
Yep.
Ciao.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
Thank you.